Good day and welcome to the dining room table. New York State Governor Kathy Hochul has sent a letter to President Joe Biden in regards to the migrant issue in New York State and New York City. And here is a copy of the letter dated August 24th, 2023. Dear President Biden, New York State has been working with the city of New York to manage the arrival of significant number of migrants and individuals seeking asylum in New York over the past year. They have stated since 2022, 101 thousand people have come to New York City. New York City already had a housing crisis, already had a homeless issue. The shelters were filled. And now she is saying that they need resources. The city needs resources. The state needs resources to help the cities in the different counties. They have operational and management challenges. People not getting paid. There's not enough resources. Uh, they need a federal response. That's what this letter is saying. They need it to be urgent. They need the federal government to take executive action and direct significant financial assistance to address this challenge. And Governor Hochul outlines a couple things. One, they need work authorization to expedite that. The federal government is the only one that can authorize that, and they need that to be expedited so the asylum seekers can work and provide for themselves and their families. Number two, they're saying they need money from the federal government. The state and the city needs. The state has already committed over $1.5 billion for this. And according to New York City Mayor Eric Adams, the city projects that the cost to the city would be $12 billion. That's a lot of money. They need health care and human services for these asylum seekers, transportation, um, working with the MTA to be able to get them transportation to wherever they have to go. Now, here's what they're saying: legal assistance to help them through the application process, to find out where they want to go. Some may want to go back home, some may want to go to another country, some may want to go to another state, may have family. So they're asking them that. Those who need shelter and housing until then, and then those who stay and will need permanent housing, and then education. School's about to start. These young children need to get into school. You may have language issues. They have to take care of that. Also, number three, the real estate, the housing. She wants the federal government to find some facilities that can be used to house the migrants as temporary shelters. They have over 58,000 asylum seekers and migrants, and they need um, housing for them. As I said before, New York City already had a shelter and homeless issue, a housing issue. Um, I've heard people talk about giving the vouchers, federal vouchers, housing vouchers, so they can get housing, permanent, stable housing, apartments. But there wasn't housing already, for the people who were already here. So it's just one issue after the other. And then here, the fourth one is that Governor Hochul is asking to be reimbursed. They have deployed National Guards so that it wouldn't be so much of a strain on the local police department. And they said it's $22 million per month. This is our tax dollars, approximately 1,900 National Guards. Those are expenses that the state is picking up for an issue that is happening at the borders with immigration. Um, the flow of asylum seekers is just continuing. This is across the nation, but New York City, a lot of people want to come to New York City and they don't want to go to out of the counties outside because they're away from services, they're away from where they could be employed, uh, where they may need transportation, and there isn't much of that. New York State is saying, they can't uh, continue with these costs, and they don't want to continue putting this cost on New York State taxpayers. So they need help from the federal government. And ultimately, Kathy Hochul is saying if the asylum seekers could work, then it would be less of a financial um, uh, burden to the city and the state because uh, the asylum seekers will be making their own money. Okay, so please subscribe, like, and share, and continue. We have so much more to share here.